Hello everybody, it's Dana Booth, National Education Manager for AmeriFirst Financial and Educate to Earn, and we're here for Fast Track to Inspired Speaking, our final segment, Part 8. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will be as one. Well, that's quite an idealistic lyric from John Lennon, but it does relate to my why. My why is that I'm Dana Booth. I wake up inspired every day to inspire others so we can change this business of real estate, whether you're selling real estate or doing loans, to one that's thought of as a group of givers. And today we're going to cover how to find speaking opportunities, the summary of the past 7 webinars, and that I'm here to help. Did you do your homework? Did you decide on 2 speaking opportunities? Well, one could have been talking to somebody in line. Let's walk before we run. Study planning for agent success and write down 10 questions. I haven't heard from you yet. I'm anxious to. From short talks to panel discussions and auditorium-filled formal presentations, speaking catapults you from relative unknown to business superstar. So how do I find speaking opportunities? Well, one place to look is local service clubs. Every city, big or small, has organizations or clubs like Kiwanis, Lions Club, Chamber of Commerce, and Rotary that meet regularly. Colleges and universities team up with a professor or department head to hold a forum with a subject relevant to you and the educator's interest group. Just by chance, I met somebody who needed some help at Glendale Community College, and now I'm on the faculty of Glendale Community College, and I speak regularly to them. And it just polishes and rounds out my speaking ability because I'm speaking to different types of audiences. Business networking groups. These are leads exchange or facilitated networking groups designed to be a tightly knit group of individuals from different businesses who meet regularly for the purpose of bringing business opportunities to the other members, trading tips. Groups like LaTip, BNI, and LBN are 3 examples. The nice thing about this is that you'll be able to gather leads or create leads, but you'll also be able to polish your speaking abilities. So join your preferred group and let the members know that you're interested in speaking opportunities, and you might be able to create outside opportunities. Remember, it's about exposure. It's about being in front of as many people and in as many different ways as possible as a relevant, savvy, and professional business person who can communicate more than the rest. Local business publications. Most cities of this size have a magazine or newspaper devoted to area of business news. So check out the periodicals events page. You can do it online, you can do it in print, and then contact the organizations listing presentations and pitch them for speaking. Your clients. No need to get all fancy and overlook the one source of highly qualified sources. Ask your clients what group they belong to or groups and whether they might accept an outside speaker. Sometimes you might even get somebody to invite you to their employer and speak to all the employees. Sometimes you have to go through the HR department. Sometimes you can do it from your client. One of the best things you can do is join Toastmasters. It sure helped me go down further the continuum of getting away from fear and confidence, getting more geared towards confidence and inspiring people. It's a nonprofit club. It's devoted to helping its members improve their public speaking skills in a supportive environment. Toastmasters also has its own speaking bureau. So if you're one of those people that has a deep fear of public speaking, or even a slight one, and you're having trouble moving off the mark, getting outside your comfort zone, Toastmasters is an excellent source. It'll be an accountability group to make you move further down that continuum. And if you've run out of ideas, just Google it. Just Google speaking opportunities. Search for events in your industry. Search your competitors and other service providers who target the same clients to find out where they've spoken. Speaker directories. Those are matchmaking services that list speakers for a fee. Meeting planners sometimes go to these directories looking for a speaker on a certain topic. So here's 2 to check out. Speakerservices.com and speakerzone.com. You're probably getting tired of hearing this by now, but I'm going to keep going at it. To revisit and review is a technique we use in class or in front of a group to accentuate a point and embed it in the student's brain. Hearing something for the first time or the second time might have no effect, but hearing it the third time or the fourth time, the brain is ready to accept the thought. So let's revisit and review some points. Here we are again at the most talked about subject of this whole webinar series, finding your why. Have you found your why? Have you realized the importance of starting with why instead of what? Why are you in the business? And how will you implement yourself and apply yourself, and what will it produce? Most people think from the outside in. They start with what and they work back to why, and it just doesn't work in sales. Exceptional people, innovators, inspired people think from the inside out, because people don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. Why did you get in the business? Why are you in the business, and how are you inspired every day? How will you implement what you believe, and what will the end result be? The key to inspiring an audience is to state your why and find those who believe what you believe. In Module 1, we talked about 5 principles of success. Kind of textbook, but really important. Number 1, you've got to have a plan. Have you developed your plan to become an inspired speaker? Have you taken action? The most important thing you can do in the 5 principles of success. As you go forward, measure and track your results. Do you have the right plan? Do you need to adjust your strategies? What about your tactics? Are you taking the right action? Do you have to adjust how you're going about achieving what you want to achieve? And be open to change. You've got to be more flexible than your environment. I want you to ask me for help. I'm here to help you. My experience, and I can tell you the mistakes I've made. I can tell you where I've gone right and gone wrong. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. I am here to help. So number 1, if you're going to inspire people, in Module 2, we talked about speaking to those who will listen. We talked about showing up to give. And this is so important. Wherever you go to talk, you're showing up to give a gift. And then always start with the end in mind. The 4th thing, and most important, the room is yours. Own it. This gets easier as you go through, and again, travel down that continuum of becoming an inspired speaker. In Module 3, we talked about the one thing I hear a lot, that I only want to teach what I know. I'm not knowledgeable, and I'm only comfortable with what I know. Got to do research. You got to study. This is not something that comes easy. But how do I do research? And how do I become intimate with my subject and thus become passionate about it? And not only passionate about it, but knowledgeable and seem knowledgeable. Number 1, start with Google. Just Google things. Google's a tremendous resource. When researching the Win the Listing class, I found a publication called ZMOT, Zero Moment of Truth. Zero Moment of Truth helped me so much to be able to explain this Google world we're in. In Module 4, we talked about the 3 types of audience members. Number 1 is the prisoner. This person doesn't want to be there. They're not there by choice and they want to leave. This would be a person who is only there for CE hours. Do not engage immediately with a prisoner, as they're not open to ideas or sharing until they become enlightened. But you do have a chance to enlighten them and sometimes turn them into a partner. The second one is the tourist. This person is along for the ride, and though they may take a few snapshots along the way, they're easily distracted, and engagement could go either way. It's much easier and possible to engage with the tourist than the prisoner, but sometimes you can't engage them also. The 3rd type of audience member is the partner. Those are the innovators and early adopters that just get your message. They're eager to hear what you have to say. They have a notebook or device at the ready to jot down notes and ideas. They're engaged on the edge of their seats. In Module 5, we talked about 3 things. Number 1, enjoying your talk. Number 2, accepting the applause. And number 3, how to practice. The most important thing you can do is practice. The fastest way to move down the continuum of becoming an inspired speaker is to practice. In Module 6, we talked about fun facts and the importance that they accomplish 3 things in a talk. They give you instant credibility, believability, authenticity. sometimes fallibility. They provide a humorous function, and they give examples of interesting conversation starters. In Module 7, we talked about student learning styles, the structural learner, who's traditional, the solitary or all alone or island learner, the social butterfly, the life of the party, the one who only hears what you say and doesn't see what you present, and the one who sees what you present and doesn't hear what you say. In Module 7, we also talked about the fact that this takes work. But the good news is you have me to help guide you. You're not alone. You're not an island. And I've spoken to a lot of you, and it seems like you're waiting for something to happen to you. Some magical thing will happen and you'll become an inspired speaker. The reason that you haven't moved off the first thing of have a plan to take action is because it's you getting out of your comfort zone. You've got to jump out of your comfort zone. Be willing to push the boundaries of your comfort zone. Use me to help you do that. Some of you haven't taken any action. But can you imagine what being an inspired speaker could do to your business? Can you? What could this do for your business? Well, number one, it could give you more money with less work. As I've said many times, that's the reason I started doing CE classes. It'll give you confidence to find the deals wherever you are. And it inspires real estate agents to follow you every day. More importantly, it gives you job satisfaction. You'll be satisfied with where you are, and you won't be burned out. You'll be inspired every day. You've just got to do it. You've just got to take action. I have a saying, ignorance on fire is much more valuable than knowledge on ice, and it never applied more than it applies now. I am here to help. I am here to coach. I am here to encourage, and I believe that you can do it, and I know that it's easier than you could possibly imagine. I will hold you accountable if that's what you need. Remember, one person in an audience of one or more could change your life. So folks, just keep calm, keep heading down the continuum of inspired speaking, and I'd love to hear from each and every one of you. Thank you so much for enjoying my series. I hope I helped you, and I'm here going forward to help you. Have a great day.